Welcome back. I'm Annie and this is Zach, and today we're going to go into a whole bunch of stuff.
First though, this video primarily is us exploring Jupiter Artland, which is this amazing outdoor art exhibit just outside Edinburgh. So if you want to jump ahead to that, my lovely assistant Annie will put a timestamp in the description and go and enjoy that. It's a wonderful place to visit and we thoroughly enjoyed visiting it.
We have in the past. This time, it was a little bit different, but we'll get into that in a minute.
Yes, we really live by the sort of mantra of we get to do this, we don't have to do this. And that was severely put to the test on this day. The weather here has been incredible. We booked our tickets for this and we're very excited to go. It was the two of us, Finnegan, and our 3-year-old daughter. But
Jupiter Artland opens right around our daughter's nap time. And so we knew we were pushing our luck, but yes, it was god-awful. Let's just put it bluntly.
I ended up calling her Cersei, like the evil queen from Game of Thrones, because she was just throwing out demands left, right, and center, and didn't want to go the way we wanted to go. Was in her buggy, out of her buggy, just everything that could disrupt a nice peaceful stroll in the countryside, she decided to do that day.
We said, like, you know, when life throws you lemons, you got to make lemonade. I was like, no, that day was just dirty, rotten lemons on the bottom of our
Nobody
shoes.
was drinking lemonade that day, I'll tell you that.
But we'll, go to the timestamp, watch that. Let's talk about what else has been happening.
Yes. We'd like to take a few minutes to thank today's video sponsor, Huel, and introduce you to their hot and savory pots. If you haven't heard of Huel, they make nutritionally balanced, plant-based meals that ensure you get the right amount of protein, carbohydrates, essential fats, fiber, vitamins, and minerals in every serving. What's more, they take only 5 minutes to prepare and start at just over £3 per pot. The hot and savory pots come in 6 different pasta and noodle flavors, and today I'll be trying the katsu curry noodles. Preparing one of these delicious pots couldn't be easier and gives Annie and I another excuse to use our trusty kettle.
Simply open the lid, add boiling water to the line, stir, close the lid, and wait for 5 to 7 minutes. Then just re-stir and enjoy. It's so easy, we'd even trust our 10-year-old to do it.
For us, these are a lifesaver at lunchtime. Between filming a video, editing a video, and picking up kids from school, it's always good to know a nutritious meal is close at hand. For 3.
So if you're interested in getting your own Huel products, please click the link in our description box. Don't forget to use our code SCOTTISH.
There's been quite a few updates this week. It's been a ridiculously busy week, entirely of our own making. And the first item, I think the big item, is that we were contacted, and Annie didn't believe me when I mentioned this to her, because this has been her favorite TV program for
since I've known you.
Since you met me. And that is Escape to the Country reached out to us and wanted to do a little chat with us. One
of their little mini segments that they've been introducing in recent years. So we're not doing the whole shebang where we go tour houses.
We've already found our escape. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But they want to hear people's experiences of already moving to the country, lifestyle change, all of that. So yeah, that's up and coming. We have no idea when.
And if you think a house gets clean when family comes to visit, just wait until you see what happens when a TV crew comes to visit. When Escape to the Country are coming to your house and your beautiful wife kindly asks you to pressure wash the front of your house, you pressure wash the front of your house.
we're gonna be planting this. We're putting some compost in. Got our flowers. What are these? I don't know anything about these, but we're going for these geraniums. And oh, there we go. Okay, so it was a little bit of a haphazard project. As you can see, they're all just randomly shoved in there. But I'm gonna work on this a bit more this afternoon. I just wanted to get them off of the ground because we're getting all this pressure wash. It is a little bit just overgrown, and we're gonna pressure wash this and then get it all sanded up. But yeah, there you go. It's looking better. So it only took a year, but we finally got our table that we've been eyeing forever, and Zach hung this shelf. It all came together. Oh, and even those little cups. I don't know if I ever put them in a video, but we got those at the Dunbar Reuse Recycle place. Handmade, sort of custom from what I can remember. Next up will be the cushion for the bench seating. But everything got a nice clean today. You can tell the kids made it home though, so things are a little bit dirty again.
I have been pressure washing the front of the house.
Yes.
Pressure washing the entire driveway. Annie's been cleaning like a demon in here and
hanging
just
flower,
trying to make
window boxes,
trying to make it just the best representation of all our hard work.
which it never ever ever looks like, but we'll just pretend it does at times.
Plus, on top of that this week is that Annie got to experience her first Eurovision Song Contest.
Yes.
Eurovision, explaining what Eurovision Song Contest is to Annie was like trying to explain what pantomime was to Annie. I know what it is, I've experienced it, I've seen it, but it's kind of hard to put into words.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Zach said it was extremely tame compared to previous years and
This
just
is
not out there as
Yeah,
much.
this is also the first time I've seen it since being back. And I remember it being all sorts of different types of weird and crazy and people singing out of key and all this and that. This was more of a polished production. Still some very interesting acts. And we met up with some friends and some of them got dressed up and the house was all decorated for Eurovision Sparkle and it was an event.
Fun. I enjoyed it. I'll happily go back to one of those events.
So that was the first for Annie. Another thing, people have been commenting almost since we started doing these videos, but we've finally managed to get our California poppy picture fixed. And who would have known that the place to fix it was right on our doorstep in East Lothian. It was near us the whole time and it looks amazing. And I'm sure Annie will show you a picture of it, but
Yes, we'll do a scan at some point.
yeah.
Looks so much better. I know it's been bothering some of you whenever we would film indoors. You're like, just please get that crack fixed.
Yeah.
But
It was on the bottom of the list.
yeah,
and
it definitely was. But not what Escape to the Country's coming.
You pull out all the stops. So it was a busy week. Plus on top of that, we're getting ready to go on an out-of-town trip. So it's all been happening. It's all very exciting and we can't wait to share it with you. So please enjoy our adventures of Jupiter Artland.
This breathtaking gem found just outside of Edinburgh is unlike anything we've ever seen, and its mission for every child in Scotland to experience the perception-changing power of art is equally impressive. Robert and Nikki Wilson founded Jupiter Artland in 2009, sharing that their vision was to create a place through art that would have a real transformative effect on the viewer to spark something in an individual that might be life-changing. With a vast array of both permanent and rotating art pieces, you can be sure that there will be something to suit everyone. Now let's get in there.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
Wow, Piggy.
This is the kind of driveway Zach wishes for one day. Right, Zach?
I need this much, but
A tree-lined driveway. Welcome everyone. Today we are going to be touring around the beautiful Jupiter Artland.
yeah, just outside Edinburgh. So we're in West Lothian now. It's a 120 acre art exhibit in the woods and the grounds of this beautiful outside space.
Estate.
Yeah.
So we'll take you on a little bit of a tour and show you all around.
Cafe is right here, Mom.
Ah, the cafe. That's all that matters, right? Mm-hmm. Let's eat.
Yes.
So if you're looking to be wined and dined, Cafe Party is the place to go. It offers an ever-changing seasonal menu while being surrounded by a psychedelic mural. And for a more budget and family-friendly option, try the Silver Streak takeaway like we did. Looks like we got some good stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, chocolate chip cookie. Here comes the rest of the crew. Had to wait on Zach's cinnamon roll. Did they heat it up?
No.
Oh, Finn, did you get anything?
He has a nice bowl of water.
Ooh. How you doing? Zach, how's yours?
I'm almost sure for a good cinnamon roll. These ones are quite good, but this is probably the best one I've found out in the wild.
Oh, wow.
I have a little bit.
Yeah, I'm one bite in. It looked so good. And I thought this was like the smoked salmon that our friend made up north in the Highlands. That was really like flaky and
So the
smoky.
sort of language barrier or definition, the salmon Annie's talking about was called smoked salmon, but it was like cooked smoked salmon. So it's like cooked in a smoky oven or room or whatever. This is true smoked salmon, which I will not touch because I think it's disgusting.
It just tasted like slime. Someone rubbed
It's like
fish slime
if
in my mouth.
smoked salmon here, it's like if you look at it, almost looks raw.
Yes.
And you usually have it in like little hors d'oeuvres or canopies where you have like, on like a cracker or various little, and I will never touch it because it's disgusting.
And I love salmon. This is the only way I really don't like it this way, and I feel like I have to eat it
And
now
he
because it was
pretty much
expensive.
doesn't have any adversities to food.
Finger.
You hurt your
But she took one bite and told me it was disgusting, which intrigued me. But now I see why.
it's just not. I can't. We've been here once before, but we're told to wear good shoes because there can be a lot of walking.
Look at my shirt tonight.
Ooh. What are you most excited about, Zach?
I only remember one of the like sculptures or things in the woods, those creepy children. So
Most looking forward to that.
yeah. One of the first exhibits we came to was called Suck. And it's a seemingly endless curved metal chute intruding into the earth, like a subterranean flume. You really can't see the bottom of it, so from your eyes it does look like it goes on forever. It's set in the woodland of Jupiter Artland, and it's surrounded by a 17 feet high square metal cage.
That way? I think it's this way. It's gorgeous. I had to get a prescription strength and a histamine from the doctor yesterday, but now I am ready to go. We're at Firmament.
Yes, this is Permanent by Anthony Gormley. Inspired by an old star map, steel elements form a crouching figure. This one has to be one of my favorite exhibits, and to me it looks like a giant metal scorpion. What it actually is constructed from 1,019 steel balls held in space by 1,770 steel elements of different lengths. Those are then welded together to create an irregular, polygonal structure whose form dissolves and resolves in space. The artwork was apparently designed by scanning the artist's own body. I have to admit I didn't realize this little bridge was an exhibit, but it is, and it's called Only Connect. It's an arched bridge made of Northumbrian limestone, and it's flanked by 2 milestones inscribed with the words Only Connect. It was just wide enough for our buggy, and it was cool to walk over. This one looks pretty simple from the outside and has a simple name. This exhibit or piece is called Stone House.
Stone house, excellent.
It is a stone house made from locally quarried stone.
Daddy, yes, I'll go in.
Okay,
Let's all go
let's
in.
all go in.
Okay, time to explore.
Once you get inside, you realize that the floor has been excavated and it gives you some really cool textures to play with. The kids absolutely love exploring this one. How's that lighting in Stone House?
Huh. Ambient. Finnegan, we didn't forget about you, mister.
Okay, come on.
How could we forget about you when we paid £7.50, huh? Wow. You're tied up, mister. We're coming up on Zach's favorite exhibit. Let's see. Do you like that one? He looks like a sad girl. Is she okay?
Don't have a face.
She has a face?
No.
Oh, do you like the no face girl?
I don't. No hands.
No hands either.
There's 5 of these sculptures, and the artist said that in order to convey the sense that the weeping girls are both overwhelmed and performing, they made them faceless. The last time I was here, I just came across these, and it was not as bright as it is today.
It was a very solemn day the last time you saw this weeping girl
It was a
exhibit.
little bit terrifying to find these. The exhibit's called Weeping Girls, and they almost had me weeping the first time I saw them.
And then our boys went up and stood next to them.
Because they're just random, not randomly, but they're just placed sort of sporadically in nature, and so you just come across them and wonder why they're so sad. What has happened to them that's caused them to be turned to stone while crying in the woods? Maybe they also had a 3-year-old running around with them. Finnegan's not sure either.
They are quite impressive. Like, they feel alive, don't they? Finnegan
disagrees with
hates
your-
these.
Disagrees with your artistic input. Nope, doesn't like this one either. So when you arrive, they give you this nice map which shows you everything that's here. There's 33 permanent exhibits, and then they rotate through temporary exhibits that come and go throughout the different times of the year. And then it lays out all the information and the artists and all that about each of this. So this is the Temple of Apollo, and it just has a quote. Consecutive upon Apollo, a titanic revolt in his heart is from, I don't know where it's from, but. Two Dumbos with the camera. Number one's talking.
No, I don't have any.
Here's a giant shotgun.
Does this make you feel at home, Annie?
America.
This one's almost a bit like a science experiment. It's called Landscape with Gun and Tree, and it's this huge 9-meter tall shotgun that leans against a tree. The gun's actually made of cast iron and steel, and so like any metal left out in the rain or a night, continues to rust over time. So each time you come and look at this throughout time, it'll change, which I think is really exciting.
It's the most beautiful day today out here in nature, and I would highly recommend coming here for a walk. It's just stunning in every direction.
This one took us a little bit by surprise because you're really not sure what's behind these concrete walls. It's called In Memory, and it is a small private cemetery placed within a poured concrete enclosure. There's no names on the gravestones as well, which is done on purpose by the artist to try and create a sort of unsettling feeling, and they definitely succeeded.
There's a good boy.
He's eager to go somewhere. I don't know where he's trying to go in such a hurry.
Find some other 1-year-old friends. We already know that. we've been off to a bit of a chaotic start. I think toddler needing a nap, Finnegan having his first walk of the day. He's quite sprightly.
And Annie let me cash in some of the buy me a coffee money that some very generous people have sent, so I need a little bit of a nap as well. Here we are.
Zach met up with some friends last night and they had a good time, but let's just say waking up this morning was a little bit more difficult.
Home before midnight, so the pumpkin never changed back. But I should be used to like 5.5, 6 hours of sleep, but it's a new little struggle today. But yeah, in the background you might hear like kids playing. This place, as well as being like a permanent art exhibit, they do a lot to help teach kids about art and nature and combining the two. So there's a bunch of kids over there. Look like they're all from the same school, running around having a good time. So
nice little field trips.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't realize that schools could come here and take advantage of that. Very cool. So this part is called The Cells of Life, and it's my favorite.
I think Annie maybe mentioned this already in the video, but this exhibit is probably both of our favorite, and it's called Cells of Life. It's these big sweeping grass hills that you're able to interact with and walk up and take a view of the whole place from the top. It's a reference to the cellular process of mitosis, and I think the drone does a better job of explaining it than I'm doing right now.
We'll come behind you.
We'll fly away.
Windy.
Yeah, it's slippery.
Well, that's why you go on the trail and it's not so slippery, but you can't go on the side.
Why?
Because it ruins it if you go on the side.
Ugh.
That's a fun bridge.
What?
So this red bridge looks fun.
That's just for students.
Oh, that's just for scooters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to stay here?
Yeah, we'll stay here. We'll go look at the animals. Just looking at one of the animals.
I feel like animals tugging at me. Finnegan's must have sneaked a cookie or something. He's on a little sugar high or...
What is that?
This was actually the first time I'd gone into this little boathouse. I'd seen the lake before and walked around the path, but never actually stopped to look at this exhibit. It's called Rivers, and it consists of 100 specimens of water from 100 different rivers around the British Isles. The specimens have been collected, distilled, and then stored in 100 sealed museum-quality storage jars and placed inside a constructed boathouse. This is definitely one worth stopping to have a look at.
The spider web.
So the boathouse was really cool, but we are now looking for a crystal area. I think it's called the Light Pours Out of Me. So let's go see that one. Oh yeah, they're all over.
This is another one of my favorite pieces, and it's called Stone Coppice. It's by an artist named Andy Goldsworthy, and he's essentially placed large rocks among growing trees that then twist and entwine around the rocks and essentially change as the trees grow, which is really cool. This one's another favorite with the kids. It's called The Light Pours Out of Me, and it's essentially a grotto with walls that are made of amethyst crystals. And it's really like a sensory overload because you kind of want to touch and put your hands all over the walls, but some points are really smooth and some points are really jagged. So you have to be kind of careful, but in the right sunlight, it really sparkles and it's just amazing to be down there surrounded by all those crystals.
We're not trapped. Here they come. Feel it. How does it feel?
This exhibit was undergoing some construction when we were there, but it was still very impressive due to its size. It's called Quarry, and it's actually made of 3 sculptural objects made from concrete and steel. There's 2 tree trunk-like columns that rise from the landscape, and a mountainous flight of ruined steps, which in our case were very ruined because there seemed to be some damage to them. Rose Walk, when we were there, wasn't fully in bloom, but it was very impressive nonetheless. It consists of 2 10-meter high pavilions connected by a 25-meter long rose garden, which Finnegan absolutely loved running back and forth up and down. The 2 pavilions are built in 2 different architectural styles as well, which is really cool to see.
It is beautiful.
No, I don't want to leave coffee. I don't like to leave.
We will live here. Yes, a beautiful home for you.
Us to stay.
For us to stay in. Look at that detail. So pretty. We've made it to the animals. Let's see, we have some goats. They're funny little animals, this lot. They seem like they were put in timeout over there. Everyone looks solemn.
This exhibit is hard to miss. It's called Love Bomb by Mark Quinn, and it's a 12-meter high orchid. It's described as being a sculpture that stands out as a moment of excess and unnaturalness amidst a decidedly untropical surroundings of the Pentland Hills.
So pretty. He's quite thirsty, this pup.
This exhibit was one of the last ones we got to in the day, and it was the tipping point for our daughter. It's called Gateway, and it's a piece of artwork integrated with a fully functioning swimming pool, which she was desperate to go and jump into. It is beautiful though, and the pool is 9 meters in diameter and is made up of vibrant hand-painted Portuguese tiles. This one's kind of hidden, tucked away behind the cafe and restaurant, but again, another one that's definitely worth a visit. And bring your swimming suit as well.
They have their own little shop. Nice stuff in there. I'm gonna get the diffuser, I think. So thank you again for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed today's video, and we just wanted to say thank you again for all the outpouring of support. The kind words are amazing, and as well as the buy me a beer, buy me a coffee, we've been taking full advantage of that, and it's just so appreciated.
Yes, and coming up next week's video is a little play on the simple Scottish living, and we're going to do some simple English living.
Yes.
We got contacted by a viewer to explore a part of England that he thinks might compare to our mighty East Lothian. So we will make that video for you. Hope you enjoy and see what we can find.
All right, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.